All right, today on Study Ball, we're going to take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo NFC Championship game performance. And you're going to get to see why there's people that really love things that Jimmy G does, because he does a lot of really, really good things, make big time throws, times makes really, really good reads, processes information. But then in the course of the same game, you will find times where you leave scratching your head going, okay, what is he doing there? And what is he seeing? And why is he jamming that football in? So I went back and looked at this game and I took out the screens and stuff, and there was 22 base pass plays. In those 22 base pass plays, I counted 11 that I put a good grade on. I had 11 that I put a bad grade on. And again, there's a lot of factors that go into this. I'm really just looking at it from 30,000 feet and going, okay, what would I have done? What was he possibly thinking here? Really looking at his eyes and trying to figure out, based on the scheme of what the defense is doing, why his eyes were in a certain place. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. I'm not in the room when they're coaching him. And so in this offense at times, I feel like, that their pass game isn't designed extremely well at times in the drop back game, because they're so built off of the play action and the run game. I know they do a lot of pure progression stuff where the quarterback just goes from receiver to receiver to receiver to receiver, as opposed to reading defenses. So those are all things, if Jimmy G is coached that way, sometimes can make the game harder to play when you don't live in that world or you're not taught to read defensive players. But ultimately, I think that's what happens, is you find yourself with a lot of up and down when you're doing that, instead of being able to key specific guys. So anyways, we're going to take a look at Jimmy G, and we're going to put all the good plays together, and I'm going to show you some of the really, really good things he did in this game. The way he got to his checkdowns I thought was really, really good in this game. Then we'll come back and we'll take a look at the not so good and the things that he's got to improve on moving forward. So let's get started with this game, championship game last week, and the really good stuff that Jimmy Garoppolo did. Okay, so you see they're going to motion Deebo Samuel. A lot of attention to Deebo Samuel right here. And so this is going to be the concept. They're going to end up going for strong. Okay, so they've got a little swing route with Deebo, like to throw that little quick screen and obviously get the ball out of their hands quickly. So come back, read this guy right here. If he moves with that motion, boom, the idea is to wrap this right around him there, and you'll see Jimmy Garoppolo does a great job right here. Boom, reads it, gets movement, ball's out of his hands right here, beats the backside linebacker, great throw right between the hashes, good timing, eyes in the right spot. You'll hear me say that all the time, eyes in the right spot. To me, it's vital for a quarterback to get your eyes in the right spot as quickly as possible to know who you're reading and be able to make a good, quick decision with the football. Okay, so here we go again. All right, we've got some sort of go route right here. Looks like they're trying to run the deep over right there. So this is your basic concept. You see the double team here. You see basically double team there. Does a great job. Ball's already coming out of his hands. Boom. Get it to your check down. Always know where your check down is. Get there in a timely fashion. Linebackers taught to get depth, right? And they're trying to hold this off, read the quarterback's eyes. So he's trying to go deep. Doesn't have it. Bang. Ball's out to your check down. Look at that. We're picking up 18 yards on a check down. Don't have to throw it a long way to get big plays. Get the ball out, find the right guy, and you can get big plays. All these guys are playmakers. Okay, so here we go right here. We're going to motion out to this side. He's got his go route over here. Got his quick hitch back to this side. So you really got choices right here on where you want to go. If you like your matchup with the press man, go for it, especially in the earlier downs. If you like your main man in soft coverage back over here, he could come back and take his hits. So you see right there, as we come out of this, okay, like the concept, Rams like to carry this number 2 when they're playing their soft zone coverage. So we got a breakout by Kittle or the hitch right here by Deebo. Got either one of those. Instead, he goes, I like the press situation. I want to go take a shot. Great throw right here, up over the top, on the money. Big play. If Ayuk stays in bounds here, instead of falling outside, that's a touchdown, obviously. So great throw there by Jimmy Garoppolo. So you're seeing some good reads. You're seeing some good processing. You're seeing good throws, especially down the field. Here we go again. All right, we're going to have a double choice combination. Okay, so we got the ability to go either direction. So now it's about picking a guy. And you'll see Rams love to bring 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So middle of the field, wide open right here. So as a quarterback, you got to be aware of that. You got to be ready to throw the ball to the inside. You don't want to take too much time because you want to get the ball on guys when they're going to the inside because that's where all the bodies are. So he picks the Kittle side. I don't blame him, especially when you look at the big picture here. You got 2 guys underneath here, 1 guy underneath to that side. So find your numbers game, drop back, waiting on it. Okay, one thing, a lot of quarterbacks, okay, you'll notice on choice routes, you're trying to guess which way they're going. So you'll notice Jimmy's feet start to go this way, and he's got to throw it back across his body to the inside. It happens all the time because he's thinking, oh, he's going to break out because, you know, the look, I don't know if it's that their first read is to go outside, even though the big money oftentimes is inside. His feet get set sideways. You see that. He's stepping sideways and has to make the throw back. Okay, quarterback's just something you got to be aware of. Hang on that back foot till you get a real sense of where they're going. Try to get a quick reset if you can because you don't want to miss the throw. But it happens to all of them. See, the throw's a little bit high and back to the inside. He gets it, but just something to be wary of as a quarterback if you're running choice routes is really stay balanced with your feet so you can be ready to go inside, outside. Even if you guess wrong, a quick reset to be accurate to me is always the best way, but sometimes I get it. You're afraid to let him run too far to the inside. If your feet are off, you got to try to make that throw with your core, but just something I see a lot of quarterbacks do that, and it happens a lot on choice routes. So something to work if you guys run choice routes in your offense. Okay, here's another one. It's a tough concept right here. They're running speed out, so it's got to be out on time. And then this guy's running like a hook here. It's really tough because you bring a lot of bodies to the party. So he X'd that off, even though there's a shot there with Jalen Ramsey soft, but X's that out. Comes back down here to this side. So he's got the hook. If this is going to be an in here. And then the check down there. So as he comes back here, it's really take whatever. You know, you can see the depth of those 2 guys. Still has a chance on that hook if he's ready and wants to rip it, but ends up getting the ball to his check down here. Good job, right? You see the depth. Everybody, depth, depth, depth. Okay, read off the depth instead of trying to force it in there. You see all the space between defenders and check down. Get it to your check down. Let him go make a play. We'll take that. Take that. So good job in this game a number of times getting to his check down. Okay, really like this play right here. So go here, slant, release our back to the flat there. I think they've got the double slant combination back over here. But I really like the read. Anytime there's a corner off, we love to read this side right here with the slant and the flat. Okay, because what that does is it puts all the emphasis on this guy right here. If the corner's off, we know the outside linebacker has to cover hook to flat. So now we've got him in a bind with our hook flat combination. Good job here by Jimmy. The big throw most times is going to be the slant. So he does a good job here. Seeing that movement and widening of this defender, boom, hits that window. Now we're rolling up into the second level. Really good job. Good read right there off of what we call a plant combination, double slant with a flat. Okay, here we go again. We've got the little choice coming off here, got the ability to run the choice, and then we've got the in back behind it. We got man coverage, all tight, love it. Stick your back foot in the ground, load up, perfect throw on Ayuk, good catch in tight coverage, but really, really good throw right there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, so here we go again with the double choice combination. Okay, double choice combination, I'm looking for bodies. Okay, as we come over here, 3 bodies underneath over here. Really don't like to do this against 2 bodies either, because you're going in, there's a body, going out, there's a body. So you'll see Rams just rushing 3 right here. So tough concept, but about numbers. So he's peeking over to this side first, going to Kittle like he wanted to the last time, or as he did the last time. But numbers there, just doesn't like it. Watch him work back to the other side and gets this wrap around the linebacker. Really well done right there to work through that and find the open guy off the bodies, one side to the other. Really good. Okay, touchdown here. So we've got this. He's pushing out, and then he's going to run a return. And then Kittle's going to run a corner here. So talking to some defensive guys. I don't really know how they cover this, but they were saying that this nickel in Weddle right here should carry this corner route and basically leave this flat route open, as the corner has to carry this. I haven't seen many teams do that. Usually when number 2 goes to the flat like this, I'll see this guy jump it as he does here, and they'll leave this whole thing to be played by the corner to kind of midline that, be able to take away that. Plus, normally in that look, you're going to get your free safety over into the middle of the field who can help on that. You'll notice here that the Rams leave their free safety backside. Okay, so there's all kinds of space here. Weddle, obviously only been with the team for a few weeks. Maybe this was a mess up, I don't know. As this guy comes out, he's going to jump that. Corner is engaged more with this go route. So Jimmy does a good job of not throwing this out to the corner, right? Not throwing it way out here where this corner can fall off and make a play. He sees it, sees the window, and he's going to throw it right there in the window. Good read. So there you see Weddle jumping the out. Okay, there's the window. If you throw this ball way out here, see the corner starting to turn and get off of this. Ball's out of Jimmy's hands, understands this window that he's got to hit, and puts it right on the body. Right, doesn't lead him, puts it right at him. Kittle able to go up and avoid that big hit there. Touchdown. Really well done, understanding, seeing the spacing and where the ball's got to come out. Okay, so here's another one. All right, he's got a post right here, deep over. We kind of saw that a little bit earlier. And then from there, gets his check downs coming out. So first read is usually going to be this guy right here. So this guy turns and eyes this post, which he's eyeing the post right now, looking to get the over to that side and then work to your check downs. Keep your eyes on Weddle right there, who I circled. Okay, right here. Eyes come off. So if you're eyeing him long enough and his eyes come off because he goes, oh, over's coming, here's your shot at the post. He held it off long enough because on the snap, again, eyes on the snap are to Ayuk. And so you can't hang on a guy forever. So sometimes you see that, oh, he's going to double there. Let me get to the over, which really comes down to this outside linebacker. Weddle does a great job there of passing it off. So had a shot at the post. If
you throw it up early, not sure Jalen can get back here and cover it if you throw it the right spot. They both jump the over. Right here, you don't have that. Good job here sliding, moving, getting your check down. And here we go again. Another 21 yards on a check down. Really, really good read. Good job getting the ball out of your hands and sliding in the pocket. Should have watched it again. Comes out. Eyes are there on the over. Doesn't like it. Little slide. Good ball. Getting 21 yards. Okay, so here we go with the choice route again. I'm going to roll to 2. Boom. One guy underneath, 2 guys underneath. Okay, another guy in the middle. It's tough, but you're trying to verify, see if you can win on the choice. He doesn't win. This happened against the Packers last week as well. Looking at the choice, doesn't have it. Boom, get backside. Debo coming out of the backfield. Once again, look how quick he's getting to his check down. Like it, boom. Get you your check down. Good completion. We're going to get another 12 yards on our check downs. Did a really good job in this game of seeing his initial reads and then getting to his check downs and getting positive plays.
All right, so there you see, they're really good. A lot of really good stuff. I loved how quickly he got to his check down, knowing he was going to be under pressure. Some of the reads, just understanding where he needs to be, and some of those big-time throws that led to big plays for him. Now we're going to take a look at the other side and the things that leave you a little bit confused after seeing the good. And I think that's the problem, is you see the really, really good, and then you have the bad that goes with it, and you can't really put it all together and rectify why do we have such highs and lows and goods and bads in the course of one game. Okay, so everybody remembers this one early in the game, first 3rd down. Okay, Jimmy does a good job, peeks over here at Weddle. Weddle's eyes and hips turn back this way. So now he comes back and sees this safety. So read, aspect, eyes, really, really good. Just got to finish. And again, let's be honest here that every quarterback has these throws that they wish they could have back, that they know they can make, that they just miss in the course of the game. And some, could end up costing your team when you go back and look at it. But my bigger issue is when you watch Jimmy G. Oftentimes you'll see this. You'll see the ball hang on him going across the middle, because as you watch this, you'll see his weight stays back. He never fully transfers his weight. Now here you could say, well, he felt pressure, so that was the situation, and he couldn't finish. Okay, that happens. You want to try to still bring your body through to your front hip to get that ball to fall down. But again, we'll just look at it from the back if we can see it, and just kind of watch his feet as he throws. See how both of his feet kind of come off the ground and his weight stays back the whole time. He can't finish. Missed opportunity right there early in the game. A lot of factors going on there. So, you can put it on a lot of things. Playing quarterback is not easy when you feel pressure in your face and you don't want to hit your hand on a helmet, or you don't want to have a ball tipped up. You'll do a lot of different things, but missed opportunity right there. Okay, now this is a play that they run all the time. I actually documented it before this game. You'll see it's here, and it's here. Okay, and Jimmy always, 90% of the time is going to throw this first throw right here. And so what are you looking at in this particular situation? What is your read? Okay, so you're just reading the middle of the field. You're reading that underneath defender. He gets outside. Ball should go right there. Okay, instead passes that up, which I've seen him make a million times, and rushes through this thing just trying to decide who's going to get the ball, I think, before the snap based on the look and this guy being walked up. And you're saying, okay, there's a good shot. If this guy carries, I've got the outside guy right now. Then they pop out of it. You still got to read through it, and misses an opportunity right there, jams it in, almost an interception right there. Okay, so good reaction right here, a good vision. Okay, so situation right here is basically he's hot if this guy comes. So if he's hot, your opportunities are to throw the flat or to throw the slant. So
he seems to recognize that they void the middle right here. Good. I just need it quicker. I just need you to be ready for that right now. So your eyes should be right here, right now, if that's your hot guy, just verifying what you have right here. As soon as you see it, you either got to throw that slant right now or take your flat right now. Either one doesn't matter, but you got to be ready for that. Oftentimes, I don't know if it's taught in this offense or not, but that Jimmy G is more reacting than he's really got his eyes on, and knowing exactly what his issues are and where his eyes should be right off the bat. So he's kind of just reacting to all of a sudden the middle opens. The problem is it just happens too late, okay? Can't ever throw these quick slants past the middle of the field because you can never verify what's on the backside, quarterbacks. Okay, so if you've got a front side route, okay, let's even just say the ball is right there, okay? But you got a front side route. You got to keep these throws, no matter what the throw is, front side, because you allow them to get into the backside and you can never verify. No quarterback can read the front side and the backside and know exactly what everybody is doing. So you've got to keep your eyes on the side, keep your eyes right here, okay? And then when this guy voids the area, which is where you're trying to take the slant, you've got to replace him with the throw, okay? So the throw needs to be made right there. Instead, you take too long, you wait, now you don't know what's going on the backside, and it leads to a big hit on your guy. So the flag come in there. I'm glad they picked that up. I mean, I don't like seeing big hits like that, but there's nothing else you can do it as a defender. That's on the quarterback to make sure that you protect your guys. You know what's in front of them when you're throwing that, okay? Good job here. They're just going to run the sprint out here with a hitch and a corner. Bad play from the get-go, okay? Because they're playing outside leverage in the slot. He's not going to have the corner route. You're going to have bad leverage. We're pressed out here with Jalen Ramsey. Now, if he wants to sink and play a deep area, then maybe you got a shot at this thing, but you got to see this from the get-go and almost think to yourself, this is a dead play. Right there, see, you got leverage, nothing good happening right here, okay? So Jimmy G, this is what you got to avoid. These are the issues. This one here trying to throw back to the middle of the field. Jalen Ramsey gets both hands on it. Would have been a tough pick, but that would have changed the complexion of the game, trying to make every play, trying to jam everything in there. You've got to, at times, just be judicious and say, hey, there's nothing there. Bad play call, defense wins, throw the ball away instead of trying to make the play every single time. I know it's hard to do when you're a gunslinger. I had the same problem at times. We just got to continue to talk and teach through it. Okay, so here we go. Very similar play to what they ran with George Kittle. And so you'll see we've got the go over here with the flat, okay? And then we've got a route coming back here with Debo. So now these are the kind of things that kind of confuse me is, okay, in the very first play, he peeked over here at Weddle, and Weddle's hips and eyes turned this way, and he came back and took a shot down the middle. Even though he missed it, it was the right read. So very similar concept right here. Why would you not do the same thing? Why are your eyes over here right away? Again, I'm not in the offense. I'm not in the meeting room. I don't know what he's taught. I always have to say that. I always want to preface that. But you've got to be able to work through these concepts in similar type fashion. So you get two guys over here playing 2-on-1. As long as that safety connects to Debo, all right, now we're in a great situation over to the front side to take advantage of that safety. So you get the turn, there's a throw right there. You got your shot right there, okay? From there, maybe you got a shot here because the eyes are peeking back here, and then get to your check down. Now, he does a nice job of getting to his check down here, but you see his feet, kind of antsy with his feet. I'm just curious why this isn't the throw on this play when it was the throw on the last play. I like that he gets down to his check down. He finds the void. He hits it. They get 11 yards. I'm always going to live with that. So this is kind of a bad and a good connected. Bad because his eyes are in the wrong place based on this concept and a similar concept early on, but good in the fact that, okay, didn't see it, whatever, get it down to your check down, let your guys make plays for you. Did that well all night long. Okay? So here we got another one. Very similar concept here. Boom, up, and then we're under over here. So I guess my question here becomes, once again, okay, you got this guy coming off the edge. If that's hot, they actually pick it up right here. But if you're reading the middle of the field, who are you reading here, right? Your eyes are in the middle of the field. This is the closest guy to your inside route from that side. So read it. I mean, like right there, I mean, right, if you're reading here to here, okay, get this guy, make Weddle cover it, and then throw the underneath one. But you've got a huge throw right here, and vice versa. I mean, if you want to read this and you see depth, then get this out right now. Either one I'm okay with, depending on how you're reading it. But if you're reading inside first, this is the throw that you make, okay? If you're reading outside first or you're reading the carry or depth, then ball should be out right here. You got a pocket, should know what you're doing right now. And again, just not sure what he's seeing here. Eventually going to the under, which I can live with again. I just want to see the timing. I want to see his eyes. I want to understand why he's going where he's going with the football. Ball gets tipped up in the air, incompletion. But where I saw coming into the game, it was always inside, 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 and he would almost to a fault jam it to the inside. Now he's got some inside throws and he's not throwing them, and I just have to ask myself, why? Okay? This one's tough right here. I don't really know what exactly we're doing. If you see Debo right up here, watch his hands. Okay? Watch his hands. He's giving some kind of signal like maybe he screwed this up right here, because we've got a flat here and then we've got a funky shallow here with the choice going, and I'm not really sure. And so I'm chalking this up to Jimmy G, but maybe this is on Debo for changing his route, because Jimmy's over to this side with his eyes right now. So with this guy going to the flat, I don't know if you're going to be over to that side unless you feel this guy's got some kind of route coming in there. He runs a shallow, miscommunication. He expects Debo to run. Now Debo stops. And so again, this one I put on Jimmy G just because they missed it and he's going over to that side with the read. But now that I see that signal, maybe it's not on Jimmy G. Maybe it's just a confusion on what kind of adjustment they were going to make, and they were just on the wrong page. Okay? So here's another one where I ask myself, I don't really know what the concept is. It's almost like a pass set here and then a choice. And over here, we got this and a check down. So his eyes start to the left, and maybe he's just moving this guy and trying to come back here for this. I think with what you see right here, okay, you got the end. So maybe a shot there. You feel this guy gets depth, just dump it right there and make it a high-low. I'd like to see Jimmy or this offense do more of that, where it's simply just a true high-low instead of what seems sometimes like a progression, like he's just peeking something real quick to see if it's open, and then he's moving to the next guy without truly reading what the defenders are doing. We get an overplay here with three guys. We've got great opportunities right there. And again, maybe George Kittle is the primary, but I want you just to watch him as we run this. And he pass sets. Hard to believe that he's the primary on a pass set. So if he's not the primary, I would think you would have one of these two guys right now, and then maybe work back to this late if B. And then you can also see the other part. We got this going here, this going here. So as you see this and you only see one guy deep, you got a shot to go 1 to 2 on your deep shots and then drop it underneath here. You see it right there. Both guys have great opportunities on the second level. Instead, you're kind of getting through this and just trying to find somebody open. Pressure coming. I get all that. To me, it's about the eyes with Jimmy G, is that you got so many good things that you see, and when he goes through progressions and he looks really, really good. And then in the course of the game, you have the same sort of stuff where you just scratch your head going, okay, where are your eyes? What exactly are we reading here? So again, here's another one. I don't know what the play is. Looks like we got an in. I don't know if George Kittle's running out here or he's coming back, on the return. If he's coming back on the return, then you're always going to read this 1 to 2. Okay, if he's running out here, then you're going to read this 1 to 2, I guess, and you should throw that. So when you look at the eyes, okay, the eyes, it looks like he reads this guy here and this guy moves this direction. Okay, fine. So come back here and be ready to rip that and then recover underneath if that's the return. So there's your shot right there maybe. But again, his feet and eyes are over here to the right, and then he turns and he's late going left, and then everything's out of whack. If you're going to this side, okay, which I can buy, okay, because we got 3 guys, we're going to have a high-low right here. That guy gets depth, just put it on Debo right there, which, boom, right there. There's your throw right there to Debo. If you're ready for this one, there's your throw. If he's breaking out first, there's your throw. There's throws to be made. And again, I just can't tell. Eyes are kind of all over. We're looking, we're guessing, and ultimately leads to this that should have been another pick by Jalen Ramsey. Again, trying to force the situation as you come over here. And this is what I'm talking about. Always about reading defenders. So this guy's coming here where my eyes should be as a quarterback is out in front of it. Anytime anybody's coming on any kind of a cross, your eyes always want to be out in front of it to make sure nothing is out in front of it right here when you're throwing it. His eyes go right back to his receiver. He's going to try to put it in there. Should have been an easy pick by Jalen Ramsey, who I know is beating himself up for missing that opportunity. All right. So, again, I see there's quick pressure, but what's the read right here? I look at this and I go 1, 2, 3 guys underneath, safety over the top, 1 guy underneath, back to this side. So I'm thinking my eyes should be back here, taking one of these off of this defender right there, because there's 3 defenders to this side. Right now, again, it's a similar concept it looked like to the last one. They're going to run this hook here, then an in, then a return back to this side. But I just asked myself, why are the eyes over here to the right instead of back to the left? Because when you split it down, you got 4 here, 3 here. But again, more about the underneath coverage here, because that's what you're working with. You're not really working these deep guys. You're working the underneath guys, and your numbers go to the left. Okay, again, trying to do a good job of get it to his check down quick because the pressure's coming. But I think if his eyes are off to the left right off the bat, he's got this throw. He takes it or he dumps it to Kittle and gets a completion. Just again, trying to figure out the numbers game, why his eyes go where they go. Okay. So again, not really sure the numbers here or exactly what they're trying to do. They've got 7 stops, both sides with flats. That's your hook, and you're going to get your flat there. Okay, so I understand initially why he would go to the corner offside, because you're thinking stop to flat off of this defender. I can make that make sense to me. The only problem here is details. We're just too wide here. Okay, when you're in this tight split, we always want to run these 7 stops. For me, it basically top of the numbers, no wider than the outside of the numbers, but you got to keep leverage on the corner here. Ayuk ends up running the 7 stop outside of it, and so maybe that was the issue, was just spacing out here. See how wide he gets, and it's just easy for them to cover, where I'd like to see him out this side just because of spacing purposes of, backside hash. You got spacing over here. You see Debo getting there to about the inside edge of the number, so the spacing's better to the front side. But I'm with him that with a rolled corner here, I'd like to go to the off corner more. Spacing may just be bad there by Ayuk, that kind of messes it up, because you like to see if we can get inside leverage here Safety stays high, corners outside. There's our window off of that guy. Not really much happening, but again, hard to understand what's going on and what the mindset is on some of this stuff. So there you see why Jimmy G seems to be such a lightning rod, is that there's those that just love Jimmy G because you can see the really, really good, the top quality quarterback that led San Francisco to a Super Bowl and to an NFC championship game when he was healthy. Obviously, he can play and make big-time throws with a team around him that can help him, good defense, good running game, and allow him to be a complementary piece. And then there's the other side when the pressure was put on him a little bit more to be a drop-back passer, that he wasn't always as consistent, yet he's still a young quarterback that's still learning how to play the position. So I don't think we've seen the best of Jimmy Garoppolo yet. But these are the things that you have to weigh when you're deciding if he is our long-term answer, whether that's in San Francisco or somewhere else. And so that will be a big question and big debate going into the offseason. So I wanted to show you both sides of what I saw in that game, where he needs to improve, things that he's done and continues to do really, really well. And then we'll see where he goes from here and what the finished product is with Jimmy Garoppolo.